Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's an exciting morning here. I just spent most of the morning watching some videos, reading some stuff, the limited amount of media that is out right now on the return of not only the TRX, which no doubtedly I am excited for, but the return of the 6.4 liter 392 HEMI V8 in Ram trucks. I have been waiting personally for years, a decade, for this 6.4 liter HEMI to be in a Ram 1500. And as we know, it's been in the 2500 trucks forever now, since it was introduced back in 2011, 2012. But now it is making a return to the Ram lineup back in the 1500, and I could not be more excited. And yes, don't get me wrong, the TRX 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, that's freaking phenomenal and awesome. And it's even more awesome that it's going to be coming back in the Ram truck lineup. But I have to say, I am super excited for the 6.4 to be back in the lineup and back in a Ram truck. Notedly, because it's never been from the factory in a Ram truck before. And I have it in my Jeep, my 392 Jeep, which I sold my Ram 1500 with the 5.7 liter HEMI V8 for that Jeep, which if you watch any of my other videos, which you should, I'm very impressed with it. I'm very glad that I did it, but you know, I could always use a truck for my business. I do miss the truck portion of owning a truck, I guess. You know, being able to go off-road, being able to haul stuff in the bed, you know, traverse snow with ease, blah, 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 the list goes on. But I needed something more engaging, and that is why I bought my Jeep 392. Anyway, looking at the email here, which I don't have it posted on screen. I don't do that kind of stuff. I let other people do that. I watched a video from Marspeed on it, and it looked like the dealer was actually part of the Brickner family of dealerships. If I looked at the names correctly on that email, they were not blacked out. So it looked like it was part of the Brickner family of dealerships, which are actually in Wisconsin, not too far from me. I've never personally bought a vehicle from them, but I've searched vehicles from them forever when I've been looking for my Jeep, my Ram truck, all my SRT vehicles. So it looked like a Wisconsin dealer first reported this, which is actually pretty dang cool if you ask me. Brickner dealerships are large and very well thought of in Wisconsin. So that's exciting that somebody from home first reported the news, the leaked news. That's kind of cool. But anyway, it was reported that in 2026 we will see the return of the TRX, and apparently that will include a 6.4 liter HEMI in the trucks. So that begs the question whether it's going to be a special edition for the TRX and that 6.4 liter HEMI, and then how much it will cost, because we already know, getting to the nitty gritty here, we already know that Ram trucks are super expensive now. And honestly, I'm not going out and spending $65,000 to $70,000 on a Bighorn truck. Now, granted, there are incentives out right now which lower the price, which is actually fairly nice. You can get an RHO now for about $70,000 well equipped. Even the Tungstens I've seen, which are $90,000 to $100,000 trucks, are being discounted now to about $80,000 on Auto Trader. I've seen that. And Laramies, lower trim Laramies without Laramie level 2 package, you know, you can get those for around $60,000 now. So these trucks are being heavily discounted on the lots, which is, you know, rightfully so, because nobody wants to drive a Hurricane engine, which you cannot see. And truth be told, I've driven both engines, the high output and the standard output. While the standard output is fast and it is, you know, fairly fun to drive, there is no sound there. There's no sound at all. And the high output, again, no sound, you cannot hear it. It's just almost the best way to explain it is you are driving an electric vehicle in terms of power from that Hurricane engine. It is super, super fast. It's about as fast as my Jeep SRT, honestly, 4.2, 4.3 seconds to 60. My Jeep is about anywhere from 4 to 4.3 to 60. So it's basically as fast as that 6.4 liter HEMI V8, at least 0 to 60, not necessarily on the top end, which is exciting in itself. But at the same time, I want a truck that has some sort of character to it, and those trucks just don't have any character to it. Let's be honest, guys. They just don't, and I'm a diehard Mopar fan. As I'm driving a Chevy Volt, I want to talk, but I have, between my immediate family, my parents both have Mopar vehicles, a Town and Country minivan, a Durango RT Tongo, which is an absolute beast. Everybody wants one, and rightfully so. My fiance, I found her an exceptional, basically brand new Jeep 4xe, Grand Cherokee 4xe, and then myself having the Jeep SRT, the Challenger SRT, 300 SRT, a 78 Monaco, and then a 67 300 with a 440 in it. I'm a diehard Mopar fan, and honestly, I could afford some pretty nice new Mopar toys if I didn't have all my old classics, but I'm just into that stuff, and that's kind of where I sit. So I am super excited here for this 6.4 liter HEMI to come out in the Ram truck. I have to say, I have always loved the 5th gen Rams. I've always loved the look of them. Being an owner of a 5th gen Ram truck, the interior was spotless and perfect, especially in the higher trims. When I tried out that high output Hurricane, it was in the limited trim, and that was exceptional. It was very nice. The touchscreen was nice, infotainment was nice. Everything about it was sweet. But what it lacked was the character. The transmission was great because it was still the same ZF 8-speed transmission that came with all the HEMI powered trucks, and now to have that back with a 6.4 liter, you're going to expect A, performance, B, capability, and C, a real truck feel again. And if you look at the competitors, you look at Ford and GM. GM's got their turbocharged engines, so does Ford with the EcoBoost engines, but they also still provide us with a naturally aspirated V8 with the Coyote engine in the V8, and the 5.3 and the 6.2 liter Ecotec siblings in the GM trucks, Silverado and GMC, along with their turbocharged 2.7 liter engine. So I think it's very smart to have turbocharged engines in the lineup for whether it be fuel efficiency, which these 3 liter Hurricanes don't really have over the HEMIs, and the just the total emissions. That's smart to have, and not everybody wants a raucous V8 powertrain. I understand that completely. So it's good to have a little bit of mix and choice when you look to buy your truck. That is smart, but just limiting it to only a few options just isn't the greatest way to go. And I think that's honestly something where Ram lacked in the last decade or decade and a half, really, over 15 years. You got basically 2 engines. You had the 5.7 liter HEMI, and you had the 3.6 liter Pentastar V6. And not only until recently was that TRX announced. So you basically had 3 engine choices with the Ram truck, 2 if you go before 2021. So now bringing the HEMIs back, you're going to have a plethora of engine choices for every sort of price range and every consumer, which is awesome. The Ram Charger is a fantastic truck, but now as interested as I was in that, I don't think I'd buy that anymore compared to having a 6.4 liter HEMI. Even if the Ram Charger is faster, I really don't care, because I like to throw a nice mild exhaust on my truck and have a little fun with it that way, because at the end of the day, it's a truck, and that's what it should be used for, at least in my opinion. I'm very excited here to see the return of the HEMI V8s. Would I buy one? Oh, completely. It just depends on the price and what kind of terms they have, and that's ultimately what it comes down for every single buyer out there. is the price. If Ram can get back to its roots eventually and kind of shed the Carlos Tavares effect of the Stellantis culture on vehicles, which was making rare numbers and frankly overpricing them, or in the mass production case of the Ram trucks, overpricing them and cutting production costs, they're going to have to change that. They're going to have to go back to what Ram was doing and Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram were doing best, making awesome cars in the 2010s while providing a good product with good service and undercutting the competition by a few $1,000s. Well, yes, it may have not been the most refined. I have to say, owning their new generation of products, the newer Durango, the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe, and that 5th gen Ram truck, compared to my older SRT products, they have refinement down to a T. Refinement is done perfectly to a T. So I think they still need to lower their prices though in order to get back some of that market share, and I'm not sure how they do it. I'm not the guy in charge. I have my own business to run. Thank God I'm not the guy in charge. But they need to get back to their roots of American culture, lower prices, making a product that everybody can afford, and making a product that everybody can have fun with. And back 10 years ago, that's what Dodge, Chrysler were doing well, was making a product that was fun and affordable to everyone. And I know in today's world, me being a business owner myself, my prices only have to go up because product is going up for myself. It's tough to lower the prices, but maybe you can offer some sort of financing terms, something on that end to make these products sell. When they do come out, the TRX, rightfully so, that's going to be an expensive vehicle, but that 6.4 HEMI, the 5.7, make that a sub 80, sub 70, sub $60,000 vehicle, and now you've got a great seller on your hands for a truck. Because most of the time people like to keep their trucks for a longer period of time, let's say, because A, they are expensive, and B, they are a truck. Most truck buyers are loyal and they like to keep their vehicles a little bit longer than, let's just say, a car or SUV buyer. So to recap the video, the HEMI is back. We're going to see a 6.4 and we're going to see a TRX. We don't know what the power output is yet, but I am just as excited as you guys are watching the video. I'm curious to hear your comments below and see kind of when the timeline is as more info comes out with this new Ram lineup. So with that being said, guys, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.